Hi there, my name's Jack Mancini, and I'm an owner-operator with Autumn Transport out of Woodbury, Minnesota. I wanted to talk to you this morning real briefly about OTR Performance and their diagnostic tool. I have a Kenworth T660, and I was having a problem with it where the check engine light kept coming on. And the problem was not a serious issue, but of course, when that light comes on, if you're like me, it bugs the hell out of you as you're going down the road. My issue really wasn't serious, but that light coming on really would weigh on my mind as I would go down the road. So I called OTR Performance back in the spring and asked them about this diagnostics tool that I had heard about. And at that time, it hadn't been released yet, but they would be coming out sometime in the spring. In the course of those several weeks till the product was released, we spoke back and forth about what I'd like to see in the product and asked my opinion about certain features they were putting into it, which I felt was really helpful and a real added value to the tool as I could use it going down the road. But when it was finally released, I was able to take a look at the issue I was having. My check engine light was coming on. It seemed after it would rain. If the truck was off sitting and it would rain, my check engine light would come on as soon as I would start the truck. And it would stay on about half a day, several key cycles, and eventually it would go off. And it would stay off until the engine got wet again. Sometimes it was weeks, sometimes it was, several days. If I ran into a rainstorm while the truck was sitting off, it would come right back on. It was like clockwork. I knew it would come on as soon as it rained, and it really didn't matter how much. It was really puzzling because I didn't understand what was triggering it. But once I got the tool, I hooked it up, and the first thing I was able to do was diagnose what was going on, and it was a depth sensor. Showed me the code, gave me the diagnostics of what that code is and what to look for. The second thing I did with it was turn the light off. And I contacted the shop that I use all the time, and I told them what was going on. They told me it wasn't serious, but that as soon as I got a chance or had a chance to bring it in to, go that way. Well, as it turned out, it wasn't, immediately. It was probably a few weeks later I was able to get the truck to the shop. So all that time, whenever I would see that light come on, I could just hook up the tool and turn it off. It was, kind of a peace of mind, and really made me feel better not having to stare at that all day long. But it immediately fixed that problem, and if you're like me, seeing that light, it just weighs on your mind as you're going down the road. I think for that reason in itself, just being able to diagnose the problems that you're having that's causing that check engine light to come on, and then to turn it off, makes that tool invaluable. If you're an owner-operator or long-haul trucker, it's just something you want to have in your bag. It's peace of mind when you're out on the road, especially when you're out in the West. You're miles between shops or places that might be able to look at something to know what's going on when that light comes on. I feel that there's some other benefits of the tool that are really important to have as well, and they're kind of side issues or side features to the product, which I didn't even anticipate when I bought it. It has an incredible diagnostics feature that will go through and tell you all the different aspects of your truck. It's real-time data. You can literally step on the fuel pedal, tell you what your RPMs are as you step on that pedal. It tells you all your temperatures from your sensors. It tells you all the data that you would want to know to make sure your truck is running at its peak performance. Another feature that it has, which has really become an invaluable tool to me, and something that I think with the newer trucks most people will find to be very important, is the ability to do a force regen. With the diagnostics tool, it tells you immediately what your depth filter status is, and you'll see after a couple of weeks of running, it'll start to get up around 30%. You run a regen, and immediately it'll reset that back to zero. And it gives you real-time feedback that lets you know exactly what's happening when you do that regen. I just have found this tool to be invaluable, and I think that anybody that is out on the road needs to have it in their toolkit. As far as OTR Performance goes, they have been an outstanding team to work with. Since before the tool came out, when I started to just communicate with them what my needs were, what issues I was having, and things that I would like to see in the product, they did everything they could to meet my needs and to build those features into the product. One of the things that I asked for, which I believe is about to come out, is the ability to export the data, the history of the fault codes and the different information that the tool allows you to capture. The staff has been phenomenal. I'm a neophyte when it comes to mechanical things. I do what I can, try and do what I can, but I leave the big stuff to the shop. But it's nice to know when you're on the road that you have this tool that helps you know and to understand very quickly what's the status of your truck. But that being said, every step of the way, when I've had an issue or didn't understand something, the technical support at OTR Performance has been phenomenal. You give them a call, you send them a text, and immediately you'll get a response. If it's understanding how the product works, or if it's understanding what the situation of the tool is, they'll be there to help you. I can't say enough about the tool or about the staff and the team that makes the tool and puts it out there for us. Check it out as soon as you can, OTR Performance. You'll really be happy you have this tool in your bag. It'll give you peace of mind, and will let you know going down the road, you'll know at any moment in time what's going on with your truck. Thanks, and safe trucking out there.